This is the hidden formula behind all your choices, the one that determines whether your life will expand or shrink. Have you ever noticed how some choices seem to open up a good space, while others feel like they create a tightness inside you? We always think we decide based on logic, but in reality, there's another hidden force within us that has the final say. There are people who go their whole lives without realizing what this invisible filter is, the one that acts even before we think about something, and that determines every decision and what each outcome will be from there. And what's interesting is that there aren't 1,000 paths to choose from. There are only two. One leads to expansion and fulfillment, and the other leads to shrinking and more problems. And you have definitely taken both paths in your life. So you'll understand when I explain what they are. The secret lies in starting to recognize where your choices come from, so you can notice and choose better. In this video, I'm going to show you how to recognize them. And after I explain, I'll give you a simple question for you to use in your daily life, whenever you have to make a decision. If this topic of inner search and self-discovery speaks to your heart, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because every Wednesday there's a new video. At any time while watching the video, leave a comment about what you think and your questions, because I reply to all the comments. And if this video helps you in any way, click like, because it might seem small, but that's what makes the algorithm send this video to more people, creating a strong community so we can lift each other up. So let's get started. The truth is, you don't need complex formulas to make better decisions. All you need is to see the root of each choice, of each decision. And when you see it, that tightness and fear lose their hold over you right away. And from then on, your life will stop being an automatic reaction and you'll gain control, knowing whether you're moving toward growth or shrinking back. We're going to break this down into two simple points, and then I'll give you the question. The very first and most crucial point to consider is indeed attention. We absolutely need to pay close and careful attention when making any significant choice or decision. Ultimately, all choices, without exception, are fundamentally based on just two primary emotions. We think it seems like there are 1,000 emotions, but there are only two. Either you choose out of fear or you choose out of love. When we choose out of fear, we're trying to avoid things we fear, things we worry about, things we think will go wrong, things we think we need to protect ourselves from. These decisions invariably lead back to the root behind the decision, which is fear. So by deciding this way, even if you don't realize it, you'll end up feeling more fear as things unfold from the decision you made. But when you choose out of love, you're choosing through your enthusiasm, through what you want, through what will bring you joy, what will bring you lightness. And when you choose this way, the whole unfolding of the situation will be lighter for you. It will be more enjoyable and will lead you to the root of what you chose, towards more love, more happiness, more expansion. So the first point is to pay attention to this root, to the root of your choice. Are you choosing out of fear or out of love? For example, there was a time when I was moving to a new house and I was going to a slightly bigger place. I knew it would be a lot of work for me. I knew it could mean more expenses. All these things made me afraid, and I decided not to move. Then I asked myself this question: am I deciding out of fear or out of love? When I realized I was deciding out of fear, I decided to move, and I moved. And when I moved, I realized that it was the right thing for me. It was what God wanted for me, and it was what I wanted for myself. The extra work it gave me was enjoyable, and when I realized it, the smaller house I used to live in gave me more work than the bigger house I moved to. Because the work in the smaller house was surrounded by all the worries that led me to that house, since I didn't have this awareness when I moved there. And the work I had in the bigger house was much less and more enjoyable. Even though physically it was bigger, it was less tiring. So, even though intellectually I thought it was better not to move, when I examined and investigated whether I was making that choice out of fear or out of love, I was able to notice, I was able to choose correctly and move to a bigger house. That was what I needed. It was wonderful. It unfolded into more love. So the root of the choice is important. It's what we always have to notice before making a choice. If we're choosing out of fear, it will lead to more fear. It will lead to more work. It will lead to more problems. Or if we're choosing out of love. So the first point is to pay attention when making a choice, whether that choice is being made out of fear or out of love. This makes all the difference because it's the starting point. It's that hidden part that no one notices. Your being. The one who is conscious here and now is pure love, and what matches with it is pure love. When we bring fear into this equation, we're entering the ego. We're stepping away from our pure, wonderful, blissful self and entering the ego, which wants to protect, wants to fight, wants to argue, wants to solve things by force, and things don't flow. So when we choose out of fear, things don't flow. When we choose out of genuine love, things will flow with much greater peace and harmony. The second crucial point is to firmly anchor this intention. Anchor it with me now. Say, every decision from now on that I make, I will ask myself, am I deciding out of fear or out of love? And I will base myself on that to see what happens. It might feel strange at first if you've always made decisions out of fear, but you'll notice that as soon as you make your first decision out of love, you'll see that everything unfolds in a much better way. This will give you confidence to choose love instead of fear the next times. When you choose out of love, the whole universe helps you. The Holy Spirit stands by your side. God stands by your side. Jesus stands by your side. All the masters you might believe exist are by your side. Why? Because you chose the expansive energy of growth, of learning, which is all connected to love, and not the energy that will shrink you, that will put you in your ego, that will trap you in a little prison where none of these higher consciousnesses can reach you. So love, it opens doors. In fact, our greatest mission as spiritual seekers is to remove everything that separates us from love. Because once you are in touch with this expansive frequency of love, choosing love, you never stop expanding. You are in the right place, everything starts to work out, things in your life begin to appear for you, paths start to open, problems start to resolve themselves. But it's important to anchor your intention so that you remember to do this. We've spent years used to doing things a certain way, so when we want to implement something new, we need to have intention. I'm going to start making decisions by asking myself first. And now comes the question, am I making this decision out of fear or out of love? When you realize that you're deciding out of fear, notice that it's a sign, a warning. If you really decide to keep going down this path out of fear, pay attention to what happens afterwards so you can learn. And next time, you'll be able to trust that deciding out of love will work out. When I say to decide out of love, we include all the feelings that expand from love. Peace, happiness, bliss, fulfillment, freedom. Every positive aspect is within the circle of love. Every negative aspect, just as it is, belongs to the prism of fear. That's why it's so important to choose love. Even the way we deal with others also needs to be questioned, whether we're acting out of fear or out of love. Fear makes people act in the crazy ways they do, because deep down there's a cry for help there. But neither the person themselves nor those interacting with them realize it, but it's a kind of plea. This situation has made me so afraid that now I'm fighting, arguing, trying to solve things with force. On the other hand, people who are living through love are flowing together with others. They are more accepting, they negotiate more, they have a greater ability to see what the other person needs and what they themselves need, and to reach a middle ground that works for everyone. Because people are always reacting either out of fear or out of love. Because love is expansive, it wants to expand, it wants to include. And fear is the opposite, it wants to segregate, it wants to separate, it wants to put things in a box and isolate them from the world. And those who are in that box are out there causing negative things. But in reality, deep down, they're crying out for help. So when we choose between fear or love, we help not only our own lives, but also the lives of everyone around us. So try this out with me now. Think about a decision you have to make, one that's still in your hands, and ask yourself, am I choosing this out of fear or out of love? Ask yourself this question, and then tell me in the comments how it went for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because there's a new video every Wednesday. And click like if this video helped you in any way. Stay strong, stay at peace, and see you in the next video. Bye!